everyone. Welcome back to episode 56 of our Colorado Rockies rebuild here on Out of the Park Baseball 26. Last we left off, I'm going to be honest, things weren't going well. I have since played through a few series of baseball. Things have gotten worse. And that's where we find ourselves today. We currently sit 25 and 26, one game below 500. We're right in the mix in the race for second of the NOS. The Dodgers have already started to pull away. So at least early signs are it's going to be another fight for the wild card. We also had a plethora of injuries off stream. Max Clark has had an intercostal strain since the 20th of May, so essentially the past week. I did not put him on the IL because the recovery time down here said 1 week. And I thought, the IL in this is what, 15? I believe for 10. So I was like, well, I'm not going to put him on that. Are you insane? He only needs a week. And as you can tell for the math people in the room, he needs 10 days. So I really should just put him on the IO and called up another outfielder, but I didn't. Here we are. Hunter Brown, obviously, that injury happened just at the end of last stream where he strained his bicep tendon, and he has missed the majority of April. I called up Jake Yeager to replace him. We'll talk about how he's done in a little bit. But not a great sign that Hunter Brown is already getting injured. He's been pretty injury-free. He's usually good for like one injury a year, but this is the longest injury he has had the entire series. And then this, it pains me. It hurts. Hao Yuli is out for a month and a half. Tore his hamstring in just last game against the Nationals, and he is out for 6 weeks. There's no way around it. This is debilitating. Hao Yuli has been our best hitter this entire series, which is a wild thing to say. He essentially put up MVP numbers in 2028 when we won the whole thing, and now we're kind of just here. He is out for a month and a half, which is a shame. He was doing pretty well on the injury front. Famously, he got injured 4 straight times and essentially lost a knee in 2029. But 2030 he was okay, but now he tore his hamstring. Not great. I'll talk about his replacement here in a moment. James Triantos got injured on the 16th. He has a few more days left of recovery, and then I may trade him. We'll see what happens. He just has been unable to hit the baseball so far this year, so I'm going to need to figure out something for that. But let's talk a little bit about the games that I played through off stream. So I played through really 3 series because we ended with the Rangers last time out. Finished the Rangers series, which we swept. Obviously, the highlight was the final game of the stream where we won 15-4. It was beautiful. Then we took 2 out of 3 to the Yankees, including a combined shutout for Sandy Ozuna, Fidel Yoa, and Gage Wood. Really happy there because we don't really shut teams out ever. And then 2 days later, we shut out the Nationals with a combined effort from Herrera, Martinez, and Gastelum. So our pitching was on fire, and then we lost in extras, gave up 6 in very tragic fashion. Luis De Leon got popped when I left him in for just a bit too long in the 6th inning, and that was that. So let's talk lineup. So obviously, I need a Hao Yuli replacement, and I have elected to have Ashley Andahar play second base. Ashley wants to be a starter. I think he has not really played the starter level, but he also hasn't gotten that many at-bats this year. As you can see, he did start 4 of the past 5 games. I'm going to try him at second for a bit. I'm a little worried because his range and zone rating is worse, but obviously Tovar is going to take short. I can't really afford to have Tovar DH and Andahar play short. So that's kind of where we're at. Andahar is going to be our second baseman for the foreseeable future. And then to back him up, I called up Luis Marquez, who at a certain point just needed to be called up. He's been in AAA for essentially all four past seasons, doing pretty well for himself. Defensively, the AI put him mainly at second. He didn't do great, -3 zone rating and a couple errors, but backup utility infielder. He's got pretty good power, projects out to a 70. I don't know how real that is, but he has 10 homers in 42 games in AAA. That'll play. So he's going to be sort of a backup infielder to help spell some guys. Let me get stats up here. And in terms of the outfield, I mean, Christian Aguilares, I called him back up when Triantos went down. He had a good game against the Yankees, has not done much since. However, I think if I'm having to pick him or James, I think I'd take Christian. He's also cheaper, which isn't nothing. Alan Ford has started slipping a bit. We called him up in AAA at the end of last stream, and he has done okay. He started really hot, had a very good series against the Astros, Rangers, but then the Yankees and Nationals have essentially blanked him. So that's going to be something we have to deal with. Furthermore, I've made a move at catcher where, in my humblest opinions, let me find it. When did I make the? Wow, it's just not on here. The more you know. Anyway, I have called up Miguel Palma to be our new I did that last stream. Yeah, I did that last stream. I called up Miguel Palma to be a backup catcher. He has appeared in 3 games in essentially 2 weeks. You know, at the moment, he's our backup catcher the rest of the way. He does have the captain personality, which isn't nothing. And I could do a lot worse in the backup catcher department compared to Miguel. So he's going to be a backup catcher. And at a certain point, I just need Dario to hit the baseball. I am committed to giving him this season as our starting catcher. I think his past performances have earned that, but I'm not going to pretend like it's a long leash because it ain't. He's going to be up for arbitration for the first time, and catching in arbitration usually isn't too expensive. But I mean, the man is currently has a 182 average, 280 slugging, and a 530 OPS. That isn't going to fly anywhere. So we're going to need him to figure that part out. Now let's pivot to pitching, where things have gotten ugly very quickly. Jake Yeager, who I called up at the end of last stream, when Hunter Brown went down, Yeager's pitched. He pitched solid against the Astros. 5 innings, 1 earned run, and then the Yankees hit him a bit. 4 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, gave up a homer. So we'll see how he does. He's going to get, I think, one more start, depending on when Hunter Brown is specifically getting back a week. So yeah, this is going to be Jake Yeager's last start against the Atlanta Braves. And Aaron Ashby, I'm not ready to say it was a bad free agent signing because it is only May and anything can happen the rest of the season. But my God, it's not going well. All of the reasons we talked about for why we wanted to sign Aaron Ashby have completely gone up in smoke. He has not been able to eat the innings we thought he would. Last year, he pitched about 172 innings in 32 starts. That comes up to just under 6 innings per start. At the moment, he's averaging 4 innings a start. His whip is all the way up to 1.7. He's given up 1.2 home runs per 9. Walks are down. Woohoo! But so are strikeouts. He's down from 9 to 8.2 and a 350 BABIP. So we are going to need him to get it turned around and quick. I mean, look, he signed to a 2-year contract this past off season. Doesn't mean I'm giving up on him immediately. And I don't have that many starting pitching options in AA and AAA, so that'll work in Ashby's favor. But I can't see the man give up 5 innings or 5 runs in like 3 innings again. I'll lose my mind. No real changes to the bullpen. I think I've made the executive decision that I'm going down on the Joey Broughton ship. I feel like he's out of option years because the Marlins were stupid, and I think if I waive him, he's gonna get claimed, and so I would rather keep pitching him, hope that control gets better somehow. But he's just so Jekyll and Hyde. I mean, he had a stretch from late April into early May where he was giving up 1 or 2 runs every outing. Then he pitched the lights out 4 outings in a row, including scoreless 2-inning outings, and then he just gave up 3 runs to the Nationals and lost us that game. But I think for this year, let's give him the year, see how he does, then we can go from there. Everyone else is pretty much doing fine. Griffin Jacks, unfortunately, for reasons unknown to God and man, when I accidentally simmed in the second game of the Astros doubleheader, the AI pitched him twice in the same day, which I don't even begin to understand. And he has really struggled since then. I think my decision to bring Griffin back for a 3rd year probably backfired. I am going to run into the issue, though. He is popular locally and has the fan fave personality, so if I try to move him, the fans may rebel. However, at this point, the fan loyalty is pathetic anyway, despite the fact I've won 2 World Series with the Rockies, so who knows. But that's where we stand. I think my plan for today, obviously, is get through the last bit of May into June. The first player draft is on the 11th, just at the end of this Padres series. So I think we're going to get to that, do the draft, and find the future Rockies players that will save us from this 500 purgatory that I currently find myself in. I have had my scout keep up on scouting of essentially every player that is in this draft. And I'm going to be honest with you, at the moment, it's looking like there's only 2 players that are going to have 80 potential, which is quite depressing. I still have some reports out on about 25 or so guys, so we'll see how that goes. But at the moment, I'm a little nervous. I also realized I was just looking at pitchers there. There we go. Yeah, hitters, there's about 10 or 11, so we'll see. But without further ado, let's get to this Braves series here, taking on Atlanta. I'm going with the classic lineup. Jason Dominguez has gotten a lot of play at center field with Max Clark being injured and has not done well at all. So I think my decision to move him to right field was the correct one. I am, for this game, though, going to give Jason the day off. Christian's going to move to center field. Tien hasn't been good at either, but he's better in left. So Tien will take left. And then we're going to have Tucker Toman DH and bat 9th as I hit the cancel game button. I am a genius. You heard it here first, folks. Tien left, Christian center, Tucker DH. That's what I want. That's what I want. All right. Defensively in the outfield, we're a little shaky, but it's fine. Surely Jake Yeager can lock down this Braves lineup. Surely. I have faith. Is the faith misplaced? Probably. Let's be honest with ourselves for a moment. It probably is, but you never know. A nice line out to open. Light work. Where is... I don't see Acuna. I'll have to check and see where he's at. Oh, yeah, that's right. They have Kobe Mayo, who they acquired at the beginning of the saves still. He has not done well for them this year. Yikes. I have faith in you, Jake. There we go. All right, Christian. Get us started. Hit the ball into the outfield or strike out. You know, I suppose that works too. Tien goes down stringing. Tien has also been a pretty big disappointment for us this year. The power, I think, is kind of still there, but he's just not getting on base. And like I said, with many a DH that has come through here, as Condon gets it down also, if you're a DH that can really only DH, you can't play defense well. If you don't hit the baseball, you're no real good to my team. And Tovar strikes out, looking to end that fun. And 2 runners are aboard for the Braves, and Yeager balks. I have nothing to support this besides anecdotal evidence, but I feel like in the past month or so, I've seen a lot more balks than I did previously, and I accuse them of collusion. All right, Espanol goes down. That means Ryan Ritter, our old friend who in 2026 was, no lie, one of the best hitters we had, who I then traded to the Orioles, along with Robert Callas, who it looks like has been a minor league player his whole career, for both Felix Bautista, who became our closer for a couple years, and Luis De Leon. Hashtag won the trade. But now he has a chance to break my heart. And he walks. And Santana lines out to second. Well done. We're okay. That wasn't terrifying at all. And Alan Ford goes down on 3 pitches. And Horde goes down on the first pitch. You know what, Alan? I was too harsh on you. Kyle Bradish went so long in the first inning, and now he's getting back into it because we're swinging on the first pitch. Case in point. That was a 5-pitch inning for Bradish. Unbelievable. You got this, Jake. Oh, boy. Matt Lugo and Riley are aboard for Jerickson Profar, and he walks him. You know, Yeager just likes walking the bases loaded. He really wants that force out at first to be in play. Drake Baldwin hits it up. Nice, easy catch from Tien. There we go. Like, neither pitcher has been clean, but it's just our guys are going down with 3 or less pitches, and that's that. There's 2 more strikeouts. Bradish is already at 5. Take the walk. Take the walk. Good man. We have a base runner. And Colby strikes out. Fair enough. All right, Yeager, come on, buddy. There we go. A clean inning finally for the man. As Condon strikes out on 3 pitches. We really love. Tovar strikes out also. Bradish is up to 8 Ks. Then he walks Ford. And Andahar gets it down. All right. We have some life on the base paths. Unless they say Andahar's out there. Never mind. We do not have life on the base paths, even though he was clearly safe on that animation. They call him out. And Jake Yeager is allowed the first 2 runners to get aboard. I can see the problem as Austin Riley flies out. I don't think that'll advance Lugo. Or Kobe Mayo, rather. Here's Lugo. Oi! Lines out to center. Very good. Aguilaris is there. Jerks and Profar. Wild pitch. It's fine. Yeager just wants to walk Profar so he can have that force out again. That's what happens when you don't walk him. Profar gets it into the outfield. That is an easy 2 RBI single for the longtime DH. I'm going to let him face Drake Baldwin, but if he can't get him, that's it. Yeah, Baldwin gets it down. Profar's going to advance. That's it for Yeager. I think it was a fine start, but his pitch count just got really high, and that's that. We'll bring in Emmanuel to face Juan Espinal. Gets him looking. All right. Braves have the lead. Let's see if we can do anything in the fifth. Nope. And they have 2 runners aboard in the 6th. Good strikeout there of Kobe Maya. Michael Harris flies out. Very good. Oh, I didn't notice we had an error. Who's the error on? Aguilaris in center. Fair enough. Austin Riley gets it through. That's going to be 2 more RBIs. And all of a sudden, oh no, only 1. What is Santana's speed? Yeah, he has 75 speed. I figure he goes home on that. No matter, he'll go home on this as Matthew Lugo gets it down. And this day goes from bad to worse. I mean, I'm letting Emmanuel just live with this at this point. Wild pitch, very good. 5-0. Gets Profar to fly out. At this point, I am in the save my bullpen camp. But man, that was painful. Tian with the steal to get to second. Condon hits it back up the middle. That is through. And Tian is home. Let the record show we scored a run. Chase Dollander, our old friend. I think that is probably one of my bigger mistakes I made in the save was converting Dollander from a starter to a reliever, because he was just never the same after that, because he was a starter in 2027, pitched pretty well. I move him to long relief. It just doesn't work. He's in AAA, bounces up and down, and then eventually I waive him. But I think that's probably one of my bigger mistakes. Manuel's getting fatigued. I am fatigued by how he is pitching while we're just on the subject game. I'm going to get Kevin Kelly warming up. You better hope you get a double play here, buddy. Ryan Ritter gets it through. Man alive. Do I even want Emmanuel to face Santana? I don't think I do. All right, Kevin Kelly. I'm going to be honest. I'm hitting the half inning button. Good luck. No runs scored. Light work. Runners at corners. Let's look at righty splits really quick. I mean, Tillman hasn't been great, but he's been better than my other options, so let's see if he can be a hero. He could not, in fact, be a hero. Pops out to the infield. And Christian strikes out, as does Tian. Runners at the corners, no outs. We can't score them. Unbelievable. Kevin Kelly with a clean 8th. Very good. All right, we get a second run. Alan Ford is aboard. And Andahar lines out. There goes that. Suddenly, it is a save situation. All right, we'll bring on Fidel for the 9th. Clean. Christian and Tien are aboard. Colby Turner, a 3-run shot, ties this ball game. But instead, he strikes out looking. We lose game 1 to the Braves 5-2. I mean, listen, Christian struck out 4 times, went 1 of 5. Both Colby Turner and Tucker Tillman struck out 3. Nothing doing. And that's that. All right. Fresh scattering reports are coming in, which is always good. Hopefully there's some really good guys there, but we'll see. All right. Game 2 against the Braves. Anybody tired? Nobody's tired. I'm going to give... I think Andahar I kind of want to play. Tien has a hitting streak, which we like to see. I think I need to give Christian Aguilares the day off. So, same idea. Allen Ford to right, Tien to left. I am going to have Tovar DH, Andahar slide over to short, and Luis. He is going to bat ninth. Jason Dominguez is going to lead off for us. We got Sandy Ozuna on the mound. I'm not worried. I should have been worried. They scored a run. It's fine, though. We'll match. I have faith. My faith is waning already. I do think that is something I want to do more this season of have Tien be in the outfield to see if that could be an option for us down the road. And Colby Turner hits it deep to center. Goodbye, baseball. There we go. See? I told you we'd tie it up. Condon tried to match. Didn't work. Flies out to left. But hey, we're on the board. So what if my starting pitcher's at 25 through 2? He's going to be okay. All right? It's fine. Uh-oh. There we go. Clean third. Braves have an error, but we can't capitalize. That tracks. Tien pops up. Killing me, Smalls. All right, Colby, I believe in you. 2 home run game. It's time. That's more like it. Strikes out. There we go. Condon gets it through at least. We are capable of hitting the baseball. Who knew? And Tovar strikes out looking. We really do strike out. Surely we're leading the league in strikeouts. Surely. If we're not, some other team should be very embarrassed. Sandy's at 75, which is close to his limit. I'm going to get Joey Broughton warming. See if he can get me like 2 outs. Soft to Andahar. He has the arm. Easy. Never to doubt. I think that Bo Naylor is still catching. Good for him. Can he get Lugo? Softly to Turner. Easy. I'll let him face Espinal then. Espinal gets it down. All right, that'll be it for Sandy. Pretty good start, but we just haven't been able to get good run support today. Joey Broughton gets the line out on Ryan Ritter. All right, very good. They threaten they don't score, but now Joey's in trouble. Don't walk Kobe Mayo. Whoo, he gets some swinging. Never at a doubt. And well done, sir. Marginal strike call, says the play-by-play. I disagree. We're going to bring on Okuda for the 8th. And then, depending on what happens, Gage Wood for the ninth. Zerpa, my old friend, as Colby Turner gets it down to the outfield and has a leadoff double. How has Zerpa been doing this year? Oh, he's been doing really good. That's good to see. That makes me happy. That's good. What a feel good story. Condon hit a 2-run shot on him. He does hit it deep to right. It gets down. That is going to score Colby. And we have a tie ball game, folks, with the go ahead runner at second. It hurts to do this to you. It hurts to do this to you, Angel. It really does. Tovar hits it back up the middle. He might beat out the throw, and he does. He does indeed. Do I pinch run with Christian to try to steal? Nah. I'll let Alan Ford hit. And he pops it up approximately 4 feet to the right. Well, there goes that. Come on, Andahar. Andahar hits it up to left. I don't think that's going to be deep enough to score Condon. It is not. Here's Dario. Be the hero. Oh my God. That was depressing to watch. That was just depressing. All right. Okuda is coming in to get the eighth. And he immediately allows Austin Riley and Bo Naylor to get aboard. Fair enough. And a wild pitch advances them both. Okuda, I am paying you $15 million. Do better. All right, that works. Ground out. Gets Lugo. Do I intentionally walk Profar? No, I think Okuda can get him. You know what? He's going to walk him on 4 pitches anyway. The illusion of choice. Let's see if we can get Michael Massey. Hits it up to second. Throw home in time to first. Doesn't get Massey. But we do get the lead runner. Anthony Hueso now is up. And Okuda hit him. And there's the lead. Santana strikes out looking, but the damage is done. My God. All right, I'm going to warm up both Gastelum and Gage. If we tie it up or take the lead, Gage is going in. If we're still losing, it's going to be Gastelum, Luis Watts. Ooh. I don't really have a good infield sub for him, so he's just going to have to chill there. Dominguez lines out to center. Killing me. I am going to pinch hit here. Christian is going to hit for TM. Hits it right at the third baseman, who gets him. Tying run is at second. Here's Colby. Soft grounder to short. Easiest throw of his life. Once again, we threaten. We do not score. All right, so first things first, Gage Wood is going to sit down. Gastelum is going to get the ninth. Christian will take left field. And we just hope Gastelum gets us a clean inning. Michael Harris with the steal. How rude. He gets Riley, though. Very good. Soft grounder from Bo Naylor. No throw. I feel like you had time for that, Luis. There we go. All right. Here we go. Bottom of the ninth. Solo shot ties it. Here is Condon. Soft grounder to short. Down he goes. Tovar. Swing and a miss. Finally, Alan Ford hits it deep. Left field. Gone. Bottom of the ninth. 2 outs, 2 strikes. Solo shot from Alan Ford. Tie ball game. Thank you very much. I don't even care that Andujar is about to strike out on 3 pitches. Oh, ground out on 3 pitches. My mistake. All right, we tie it up. So Gage Wood is going to get the 10th. Lugo is the ghost runner. They bunt. And they get Lugo at third. Ha ha ha. That's what you get for bunting. The coward's maneuver. Massey flies out to left. Very good. And here's Anthony Hueso. Strikes out swinging. Well done from Gage Wood in the 10th. He's only at 7 pitches, so if we don't win this, he's coming back for the 11th. Dario, buddy, listen to me. Hit the baseball in the outfield. Please. I beg of you. Didn't get out of the infield. Yeah, I'm going to pinch hit here. Tucker Tillman is going to get the bat. 3-1 count. He swings, hits it to second. The throw is in time. Andujar advances to third. Jason Dominguez, 0 for 4 today. The chance to be the hero. Hits it hard to second. In time. Down he goes. And now, I kind of have an infield conundrum. I feel like the simplest solution is just put Tucker at second and accept the fact that it's probably not going to go okay, but we'll see. All right. Here we go. Adrian Santana takes the walk. Kobe Mayo to break my heart. They're trying to bunt again. Did they not learn their lesson? Mayo flies out deep enough to advance. Hueso? No, and Gage Wood is hurt. Not like this. Quit injuring my players. Well, Kevin Kelly just pitched yesterday, so I'm a little hesitant to do that. So Griffin Jacks is going to come in. I'm going to visit the mound really quick, just be like, yo, how's it going? All right, here's Michael Harris. ERA of 6.92 is a really ugly number. Harris hits it deep to right. That's going to be caught. That will advance Hueso, though. But we do have 2 outs, so I'll take that trade. Here's Austin Riley. Hits it to third. Colby's there. Got him. You can't lose the same game where your closer gets injured. Like, you just can't. Here's Christian. They walk him intentionally. Fair enough. Will Vest. Oh, wow. He's really bounced around. 2026, Tigers trade him to the Orioles. He goes to the Red Sox for 2 seasons. Astros, they trade him to the Mariners, who then trade him to the Astros again. Oh, poor Will Vest. All right, Colby, 3-run shot, and I give you a contract extension. Flew out to center. Dominguez does get to third. I'm going to have Christian try to steal on Bo Naylor, because that will hopefully eliminates the double play ball if he makes it. Condon's going to swing. Yep, he swings. Line out to center. Dominguez goes home. The throw is offline. Rockies win in extras. Well done. Very nice win. Alan Ford, the hero, with the solo shot in the ninth. Very good, men. Very good. The bullpen also did great. They did very well. They pitched what? Five and a third innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks. Very good. Gage Wood, 4 weeks. Our closer is done for a month. Oh, that hurts. That hurts me emotionally. Okay, well, Okuda is our new closer, so that part solves itself. In terms of replacing him in AAA, AJ Russell is still hurt. I could go Waylon Castillo, who did pretty well for us. I mean, he did okay for us last season. He's currently kind of been used as a long relief guy. I think Ben Brown, though, is just the correct answer. Let me see if there's anyone else that. I mean, it could be Kevin Teske time. It could be Kevin Teske time. Unless I think he needs a little bit more seasoning in AAA, which I kind of actually do think he does. So I think I am going to go Ben Brown here. I think he has solid control. The stuff will play. He's done pretty well in AAA thus far. He did just give up 6 unearned runs. I really want to know how that happened. All right, so yeah, Ben Brown will take over as that extra middle reliever. Oh, that's painful. Yeah, losing Gage Wood for 4 weeks is rough. That's a shame too. He had no injuries his entire year and a half year or 2 years before this. Ouch. All right. I'm gonna sim the finale with Aaron Ashby on the mound. We lose it 2-7. Who could have possibly seen that coming? Aaron Ashby gave up one. Oh, Kevin Kelly. Man, that's rough. Kelly had been so good before this. He gives up 3 hits, 4 runs there. The AI pitched Ben Brown on like 50% readiness, and he gave up 2. I don't know why they did that, but who am I to say? And then, all right, I think that should be the last of the. Oh no, there's still more. All right, Triantos is eligible to come up to IL. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of want to give him a rehab assignment because, like, I don't. Max Clark is also back, so Christian goes out. Max Clark goes back to being our leadoff man and center fielder. Dominguez goes to right. So it's really a question of, do I think it's better to have Christian be our backup outfielder or James? I think the problem with Christian is I just think he's not ready for the majors, but he's had so much time in Albuquerque. How many outfielders do I have in AAA right now? I have 4. One of whom, Vladimir Asensio, really just shouldn't be hitting at this point. I think I am going to send Christian down to AAA. He has 2 option years left. And we're going to give James. We're going to have James be the backup outfielder again. I don't love it. And in all honesty, I see a world where James is just not on this team anymore by the trade deadline, but we'll see. Okay. So now we have a series against the Cincinnati Reds. I'm going to sim game 1 with Herrera on the mound and then play the next 2. Hey, we won 6-2. Condon out a homer. Alan Ford out a homer. Very good. Yeah, Herrera did okay. Griffin, Jackson, Fidel locked it down. Very good. All right, so I think that was all of the. Okay, so all of the prospects I have very high scouting accuracy on. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players with 80 potential. And by the by, we picked 16. So here's hoping they're not all gone by the time they get to us. All right, let's play game 2. We have Luis De Leon on the mound. Alan Ford's doing pretty good. I'm going to give Jason the day off. I've really only played Trantos in left, and he hasn't done great. I'm going to try Trantos in right this game and just kind of see what happens. I'm going to give Dario the day off also. Palma's going to hit. All right, Luis, give me a clean first inning. You gave up a solo shot to Ellie. Fair enough. Can't really, in terms of the leadoff hitters to give a solo shot to. It happens. Max Clark thought he could beat that out. Didn't work, but I respect the attempt. Tan lines out. And Colby lines out also. Nothing for us. I am happy that after we traded Brenton Doyle to the Reds, he's just been their starting center fielder for the past 4 years. It's very nice. And he's on such a nice contract also, because I front loaded it. You're welcome for that, Cincinnati. Alan Ford's at second. Andahar, I believe in you. My belief in you is waning by the day. He grounds out. Oh boy. Oh, and the Reds got to Luis. So he gives up 4 and he's already on 81 pitches. Get Ellie. Get revenge. Revenge is his. McLean lines out. I know Luis is far in the red right now, but let's see if he can get the rookie. Scooped up by Tovar. Light work. All right. Well, not a good start from Luis. I think I am just going to have to accept the fact that after this season, he's going to have to be a long reliever, and that kind of sucks, especially with what we're paying him. But that's what happens when you have a season-ending injury and miss, I think it goes 10 months. All right. Let me remind myself. 7 months. Yep. We signed him to a 7-year contract extension in November, and then in May, he had a 7th-month injury, end of the season. Them's the breaks. All right, Emmanuel, I need at least 2 innings from you. Thank you, sir. Meanwhile, can we hit the baseball? James can hit the baseball. The bar is in hell, but you know what? He's going to try to clear it. I'm going to have him run on Cooper, because why not? Actually, I should probably wait until after Max Clark. There we go. He advances on the pass ball anyway. My hope was if I can get Max Clark aboard also, I could do a double steal with the 2 quickest guys. But alas, no dice. James is at third, though. We can get a run on the board here. Alternatively, we can get doubled up for a double play. That animation always makes me laugh when the runner just gets so slow getting back to third. All right, good work from Emmanuel. 2 clean innings is what we need. There we go. Solo shot from Condon. Solo shot from Alan Ford. Kandahar back to back to back. He walks. All right. Tying run is at the plate. And Palma strikes out looking. We really were spoiled when Hunter Goodman was our catcher, weren't we? I'm a little worried to have Emmanuel pitch any longer. I'll have him face McLean. Struck him out. Very good. Can he get the rookie? Rookie rifles it to right. Oh, it's off the wall. On a different ballpark, that's definitely a home run. With how high up the right field wall is at Coors. All right, we're going to bring Gastelum in to face Luis Mejio. Marijo, I should say. There we go. Luis gets him swinging. Marte flies out to right. Really good work from the bullpen today so far. All right, guys. Give me something. I mean, that was something. I can't be mad at him. Like by definition. If Max Clark sucks post injury, I'm gonna cry. I'm just letting everyone know that now. All right. I hope Luis can just get me the 9th. There we go. All right. Colby Turner. 0 for 3 today. Can he get me anything? A fly out. You know, that's what he can give me. Tovar, Allen, Ford are aboard. Here's Andahar. 3-run shot. We win. And he pops it up to short. Down we go. All right. Yeah, I mean, that was just painful. Like, Alan Ford had 4 hits. He did great. Everyone else sucked. Really happy with the bullpen, though, that game. All right, the month ticks over to June. Player development update. Oh, no. Ginger lost velocity and potential, and he's not even back yet. He was gonna be our future ace, man. Now he's probably gonna be a reliever. That sucks. Marcos Pimentel getting a little bit of a boost. Okay. Anyone fun down here? A lot of guys in rookie ball are just settling. Oh, Jose Gutierrez is going to be a lot worse than we thought. That's a shame. All right. All-Star voting update. Your Colorado Rockies have Ezekiel Tovar, who's currently second at short. End of list. It's kind of funny. Kaime, best pitcher. All right, it's time. Is it time? I don't think it is. I feel like if I put him in AA, I'm a little worried he'll get shelled. However, he's about to be 25. Let's just do it and see what happens. All right, I'm going to sim the finale against the Reds. We win it 6-3. Very good. Max Clark as a homer, as does Colby Turner. Andahar gets a couple hits. That's good from him. I think we may have a solution at shortstop if we can't get Tovar back. I think Andahar can do it. Wait a minute. Oh, no, it was Jake Yeager. My mistake. He did have another start. My math was definitely off there. All right. So Jake Yeager did okay. Fidel got one out, and the AI was like, get out of here. You're done. Fair enough. All right. Very good. 2 out of 3 from the Reds. I'll take that. All right. Let's see how the division is looking. We're 28 and 29. We are 7 games back of the Dodgers. I have a feeling the NOS is going to be theirs. So then we're just fighting with a plethora of other teams for the wild card. And now we have everyone's favorite. Speak of the devil, they shall appear. The LA Dodgers. How's Condon? He's still at 100%. Look at our boys. Tucker Toman is just never gonna play, and it's kind of funny. I mean, Dario is kind of depressing me, but I think I just want him to hit. Think I'm gonna give Tovar the day off. Andahar can go to short and bat fifth, excuse me. And then Luis can take second and bat seventh. Tian is going to sit down. I'm going to have Tucker Toman DH. Actually, no. Let's try Andahar. Let's try Andahar batting second, Alan Ford fifth, Toman, Luis, then Dario. I worry about the bottom of the order, but I want to see how Andahar does batting second. We've had some depressing first innings. That one's up there. I love that Cole Carrig is just their center fielder. Good on them. Yeah, he's not hitting the ball that great, and defensively he is very bad. But you know what? I respect him. Throwing him out there. Oh boy, an error. Who by? Ozuna. Well, I can't really get mad at him, can I? Yeah, I could. There we go. Condon's aboard. Come on, Alan. There we go. Is Alan Ford just the best hitter in our organization? Am I ready to make that statement? Answer, no, not really. But you know what? He can hit the cover off the baseball with his 35 speed. How big is he? 6'2", 200. Born in LA. And here he is, causing doom for the Dodgers. If I just cut Tucker Toman right now, do I really lose anything? I ask you, Luis with the RBI single. Good on you, sir. Look at that. And Dario flies out to center. And down goes Jason. But you know what? Let the record show at one point we had the lead over the Dodgers. Clean second. Uh-oh. 2 are aboard. Walker Jenkins. Don't break my heart. Oh, get there, get there, get there. Fly out. We're okay. I wasn't worried at all. Has minor panic attack. All right, Condon and Toman are aboard. Here's Luis again, 2-0 count. Pops it up 5 feet to the right. And Dario goes down in 3 pitches. You know, when I was thinking of how this season would go, Dario being the worst catcher in baseball did not enter my mind, and yet here we are. And yet, folks, here we are. We get a second run. Colby Turner's on second. Condon goes down swinging. The ump was influenced by Will Smith. How dare you? What's his framing? 50. Fair enough. I love that he's still there. 9-year contract. Look at that beautiful thing. Clean fifth from Sandy. He is on 90 pitches, so I think that's going to be it for Sandy. Hey, 5 shutout innings against the Dodgers. I will take that and like it. Alan Ford flies out on the first pitch. We just don't want to get Mitchell Parker out of this game. Tucker Toman goes down swinging. I think I am going to send Tucker down. I don't know who I'm going to call up in his place, but that'll solve itself, I feel like. Because realistically, he's not giving us much of anything right now. All right, Sandy, well done. Joey, all I need from you is this 6th inning. Clean. I don't care that he's on 10 pitches. That's all he's getting. We're doing Ben Brown for the 7th. Nothing from us. Thank you, Joey. You can sit down. Ben Brown gives up a 2-run shot from Mookie Betts. And now Colton Cowser is aboard. Munoz gets it down. Oh, boy. My decision to call up Ben Brown over Kevin Teske. Teske? Let's go with Teske. Has backfired immediately. He gets Walker Jenkins, though. All right. Tie ball game. See if we can get anything going in the 8th. Colby Turner swings at a 3-1 pitch and sends it right to Munoz. Alan Ford, you're my only hope. Ooh. They walk him. Okay, I'm going to make 2 subs here. First, Triantos is going to pinch run for Alan Ford. Second, Tovar is going to DH pinch hit for Tucker. Here we go. I got a speed demon at first. I got one of our best hitters at the plate. Let's go. Tovar. Bang. Hits it deep to center, but not deep enough. Pull is there. All right. So, yeah, Triantos will take left. We're going to get Griffin Jacks in the game here for the 8th. And he allows a solo shot to old friend Cole Carrig. And suddenly, we are down by 1. Our bullpen has properly exploded. Luis strikes out. Dario, if you walk, I will praise you for 2 seconds. Well done, Dario. All right, praise is over. Come on, Jason. My God. I really need to look up where we are in strikeouts in the league. If we're not the most, some team should feel ashamed. And Clark grounds out. Yeah, I mean, that's just bullpen implosion. I mean, listen, you only score 2 runs. You shouldn't expect to win the ball game. Our bottom 3 hitters left 9 men on board. Like, that's a recipe for disaster. And Ben Brown gave up the home run to Mookie Betts. Griffin Jacks got popped, and that was that. There's your ball game. But alas, there we stand. Okay, so I think at this point, Tucker Toman, there's not a lot of value in him being on our team right now. because he's never really needed to be a backup first baseman to Charlie, and defensively, I think he's not that great to where I need him. So I'm going to send him down to AAA. He is out. He has to clear waivers. No issue. Going to waive and DPA him. I doubt he gets picked up. All right. So in terms of his replacement, I think it's CJ Sampson time. And I am not bringing him up to pitch. I think he's solely going to be a hitter, is where I stand. I think his stuff, his pitching acumen just isn't that great. I think he is going to be called up to Colorado to be a hitter. And I'm not going to use him as a two-way. The reason I'm not is because I don't want to risk the AI doing something insanely stupid while I'm simming. I think he's just going to be there to be a third base. Is he rated better as a first baseman? Yeah, same. Okay. Yeah, because he was a third baseman in AAA and did okay. So we'll see how he does here. I mean, I like his hitting profile a lot. He was our first round. He was literally the first player we ever drafted back in 2026. Oh, no, that's a lie. He would have been our second then. Right? Am I going insane? Yeah, he was the second player we ever drafted. We don't speak of the 2025 draft. Yeah, AJ Russell was the first player we ever drafted. We don't speak about this draft. Just in general. We don't. I deny its existence. Um yeah, CJ Sampson was drafted as a two-way player. I think in all honesty, he maybe could have done it, but I think we will keep him mainly as a hitter. I think he's done really well throughout the minors, hitting the ball, and he's going to be a backup for us. I think he's an instant upgrade over Tucker, which is good. All right, we got a 4-game series against LA. Let's play game 2. We got Aaron Ashby on the mound, and I am petrified. I do want to give one of the. I'm going to give Colby Turner a day off, and CJ Sampson is going to make his debut immediately. And then I'm going to give Max Clark the day off also. He has not had a rest since coming back from injury. Alan Ford, have I played you in right field? I have. It has been better than left, but that bar is in hell, as they say. Toronto's, you're batting ninth. I'm going to be honest with you. All right, let's see what we can do. We dropped game 1 against the Dodgers in very disappointing fashion. Let's see if game 2 goes any better. I'm going to be honest with Aaron Ashby on the mound. We may need to score 7 runs to win this game. Batters should have the advantage. Oh, yeah, I want to bet. Have you seen our lineup this year? I disagree. All right, Jason Walks. Is it still Will Smith? Yeah. I don't love the idea of running on Will Smith, but we'll see. And Tian hits into a double play immediately. And now CJ Sampson, first round pick in 2026, making his MLB debut. And he grounds out to second. But you know what? At least he hit the baseball. It might be a low bar, but it's mine. Aaron, moment of honest truth. You did well against Atlanta. Let's keep it going. He's already surrendered a run. We're in trouble. Condon, though, is a leadoff double. Tovar strikes out. You're killing me, Smalls. Hoy! Don't be injured, don't be injured, don't be injured, don't be injured, don't be injured. Oh, we're okay. He's been hit 5 times. Hold on. What's the ratio on that? Yeah, he's only had just over 30 games. He's averaged being hit like once every 6 games. Check the player props. And Andahar grounds out into an inning-ending double play. Man alive. The fact that the Dodgers got Jackson Holiday is just upsetting on a fundamental level. Like, come on. There we go. Clean second from Ashby. Clean third also. And now Tien is aboard. Come on, CJ. Ah, strikes out. The sky immediately shifted from one batter to the next. That was weird. All right. Sack fly does advance Tien. And Tovar gets it through into the outfield. Tien scores. And that, folks, is a tie game. And then Alan Ford breaks my heart by popping up. But hey, we tied it up. Yeah, they're getting to Aaron now. I think we'll get. Who do I want? I think Emmanuel. I'm going to get Emmanuel warming up. If Aaron can't get Carlos, that's it. Ooh, hit to first, second for one, back to first for two. Very good double play there. Ooh, we needed that. Let me sit Emmanuel down. Never mind, Emmanuel. Get back up. Come on, Aaron. Get Will Smith. Duh. He rifles it to left. Easy RBI. All right, that'll be it for Aaron. In all honesty, he did better than I expected. Obviously, if Will Smith scores, his line is going to look a lot worse, but I say that. He went 4 1/3. What am I saying? Come on, Emmanuel. No pressure, but how you do will determine my mental health for the rest of the stream. Because I can't have two bullpen implosions back to back against the Dodgers. And Cole Carrick, our old friend, scores Will Smith. The game goes from bad to worse. Josh Naylor lines out to left. All right. Down by 2. To the 6th we go. Tien is at third for Condon. Gets it past the third baseman. That'll score 1. Very good, very good, very good. Duh. Tovar, buddy. What are we doing? There we go. Clean 6. How's my bullpen health? Not great. I think I'm honestly going to leave in. Ooh, we scored the run. Yay. Andahar hit a single. Dario with the double. Tie ball game. Triantos lines out to left, and the earth keeps spinning. There we go. Jason gets it down. Is Dario going home? Yes, sir. The throw, not in time. We have the lead. And they walk Tien. 2 runners on for the rookie CJ Sampson. He already has 1 hit today. His first ever game. Let's test the power. Let's test the power. Lines out to left. I had such faith in the storybook moment, but it was not to be. All right, so I'm going to get Gastelum warming up. Ideally, Emmanuel gets me the whole inning. Lead off double to Alex Freeland. It does work counter to that plan. Holiday hits it down. Freeland is at third. We need a strikeout and a double play. A 4-pitch walk. Not quite. Not quite. Mookie Betts flies out to right, but that will probably score Freeland, and it does. Oh, Emmanuel, you picked a bad time to have your worst outing. All right, Luis, I need a strikeout. All right, they do get Will Smith, who is injured while getting tagged out. And Naylor grounds out. But man, once again, bullpen implosion is what gets us. Nothing for us in the eighth. Gastelum gives off a leadoff double of his own. I mean, I don't want to use too many bullpen arms because it's only game 2 of the series. All right, he gets Carlos to line out. Come on, get Freeland. Duh. Freeland gets it down. That's going to score Colton Cowser, and it is a 6-4 ball game. Joey Broughton will come in to face the 4-for-4 Jackson Holiday. There we go. Struck him out looking. All right. We need 2 runs, and it is the bottom of our order. Here's Dario. Paul Skeens, the Dodgers closer. Yes, that is a correct statement. He had Tommy John missed the whole year and got converted to a closer. I'm going to pinch hit here, even though it's out of position and makes no sense. Colby Turner is going to get the bat. Line out to left. Jason Dominguez is our last out. And down he goes. Again, bullpen implosion. Like, that's really that. I mean, Aaron Ashby pitched poorly, but Manuel got roughed up, Gastelum got roughed up, and that's that. All right, Hunter Brown is eligible to come back. I'm going to be honest, Jake Yeager, in 4 starts, I would say he had I think he had 2 good starts against the Astros and the Reds, and then got popped by the Yankees. But I think there's some encouraging signs there. I think he definitely needs more time, but encouraging signs. Hunter Brown is back, and in all honesty, now I'll let Herrera face the Dodgers in game 3. I'm going to sim game 3. We lose it 1-3. Herrera gives up 3 and 4 2/3. The rest of the bullpen does okay, but our bats are just ice cold. Alan Ford has a home run, and then the AI pinch hits for him. Never change game. Never change. All right. Luis De Leon is on the mound for the finale. I'm going to sit Dario down. Palma will get the bat. Jason Dominguez has a little hit streak going, which we like. Hey, Colby Turner, 2-run shot in the first, and runners on the corners for Andahar. What the heck? And he struck out. But you know what? Scored a couple runs. Doing okay. Luis De Leon, please don't give me an aneurysm. I have a really bad feeling that Max Clark is not going to be the same after his injury. I have a really bad feeling. And Tien pops up. I think I'm going to move Tien down in the order. I think I'm going to switch him and Andahar. Uh-oh. Please, you worry me sometimes, buddy. He gives up the run. Finally happened. You got this. No, he didn't have this. All right. It really is. I mean, I get why it is, but the fact that I can tell when something's going to be an error based on the animation is kind of funny. It's that really quick dive and pop up. 9 times out of 10 is going to be an error. All right, Joey, I'm going to be honest. I'm hitting the half inning button. Good luck. Clean from him. Very nice. You got this, Joey. There we go. I mean, our offense isn't giving us much of anything. That doesn't help, but I need more from my pitchers, and I just have not gotten that. Which sucks, but it is what it is. 30 game on base streak. Condon, 33. Wow. Good on you, sir. I mean, we just got swept by the Dodgers in 4. Like, that's. And they were all close games, which is annoying. Every loss was a save situation. You know, our bullpen imploded in the first 2 games. Third game, our offense couldn't do much of anything. In this game, I mean, a combination of bad bullpen and a bad start from Luis. And I think that Luis is just going to have to be moved to reliever, and there's no way around how much that just sucks. I mean, also, he's on a pretty expensive contract from a reliever, and we already have Akuda in the bullpen who's making a decent amount of money. Gage Wood is making a decent amount of money. Like, when we have a stingy owner, I can't really afford to have that much money tied up in a bullpen. That just is what it is. All right, let us play game 1 against the Pirates. Hopefully bounce back. Alan Ford gets a rest. Look at Ashley's splits really quick. So batting second, he was terrible. He's done really well batting 7th and 8th. Boink. Triantos is going to take left while... Actually, no. Tien is going to take left. How's Colby Turner been at third this year? He's been okay. We're going to have CJ Sampson bat 6th. He's going to DH. We're going to see how that goes. Hunter Brown back. His last start was a month ago. So here's hoping he doesn't get shelled immediately as he gives up a solo shot and 3 total runs. Very good. Jason Dominguez strikes out swinging. I'm not saying I'm in the let's just trade Jason Dominguez camp, but it's getting there. Oh my God, Hunter. And he's given up 7. Yeah, well, this game's a bust, so Hunter's just going to have to get me what he can to save my bullpen. And he's hurt. Man, he's out for a month. First game back. Gets shelled for 7 and gets hurt. Fair enough, game. Fair enough. All right, Griffin. 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 If I say his name 6 times, he'll get... Off the bat, I thought that was a laser over the right field wall. Dario, so help me. Man. We can't buy a win right now. We really can't. All right. Well, Griffin had to pitch, what, 25? Yeah, 25 pitches, so he's done. Which means Luis is going to have to be up next. All right, they walk Tien. Come on, Colby. 3-run shot. Fair. Bases are now loaded for Charlie Condon. Who walks? All right. Tigers gave up on you, huh? Wow, they just never called him up. That's hilarious. Come on, Tovar. Grand slam. Or softly hit back to the shortstop. Well, we get one run, but definitely coulda, shoulda, etc. Gotten more there. I'm gonna keep pitching Griffin because this is the first game in a series. We only have a day off at the end of it. Or no, we have a day off at the end of the Padres series, not even this one. There we go. Two good strikeouts. That'll be it. All right. I think if Luis can get me the sixth and a bit of the seventh, we'll be okay. CJ Sampson, line out. Oh, what a diving catch. Luis, they get a run. All right. Ben Brown's warming up. Come on, Luis, give me one out. Thank you. You know what? Give me two. Let's be greedy. And he does. All right. Pretty okay from Luis. Let's get Ben Brown in. Two-run shot from Condon. Lead is down to 3. Ben Brown works a clean inning. So suddenly it's a save situation. Dario gets a board via an error. I'm going to pinch hit here. Even though he's tired, Alan Ford is going to get the bat. And he gets it down into the outfield. Dario advances to second. Tying runs at the plate. Max Clark strikes out looking on 3 pitches. Tien strikes out swinging on 4 pitches. Colby Turner hits it deep. Center field. Tova grass. Ball. Tie ball game. Colby Turner, 410 feet, and ladies and gentlemen, we have a ball game. Charlie Condon, if you hit a solo shot, no. But hey, we have scored 5 runs in the 8th and the 9th to crawl back and tie this ball game. Now, yeah, I think Allen is just going to take right field. That seems like the easiest solution to me. I will let Ben Brown face Jay, and then I'll bring Akuda in. All right, Ben gets the shallow pop up. Well done from Ben Brown, 1 2/3, 1 walk, 2 Ks, no hits. Akuda to face Soderstrom. If we crawl back just to give up a walk-off, Soderstrom's aboard. We did not score 5 runs in the 8th and the 9th to be walked off. I refuse. Well, Trent Grillander gets it down. Soderstrom is now at second. Full count. Strikeout. It's huge. Drew Burress strikes out swinging. We go into extras. The bad news about that is Okuda just pitched a lot. He's at 16 pitches. So we'll see there. Condon is our ghost runner. See if Tovar can bring him home. He gets it into the outfield. Condon's not the quickest. but he does make it home. So the Ghost Runner scores. That is the expectation in extra innings. Now let's see if we can get Tovar. Sampson strikes out. Not a great day for the rookie. And Ahar hits it deep to left, but that's caught at the track. Do I want Dario to face the righty here? Sure. Begrudgingly, I will. And he lines up at first. All right, we score the Ghost Runner, but nothing else. And Okuda is just going to have to get the 10th. Like, I have no other options. It's just going to be him. Strikeout to begin. Very good. Jack Brannigan strikes out. Here we go. 1 out away from one of the greatest comebacks in Rockies history. And Timur Johnson hits it deep to right to walk us off. That sucks. Like, that just sucks. You give up 7 runs in the first 2 innings. You score 5 in the 8th and the 9th to tie it up. You go to extras, and Tamar Johnson hits it deep, and that's that. That sucked. And Hunter Brown's injured again to top it off. I have a bad feeling because it's his shoulder. I don't even want to. I'm just going to sim today. Rip it off like a band-aid. Ooh, Sandy is out. Quit injuring my players. Sandy's out for a week. No, he's going to the IL. I know I'm going to lose him essentially for an extra week for nothing, but like with Hunter Brown also being hurt, I can't afford to keep him. I have to move him to the IL. Jake Yeager is back. And Hunter Brown, shoulder inflammation, 2 months. How's my 40 man? 37 spots. Okay, I'm going to put him on the 15-day. Oh, I can't even put him on the 60-day. Interesting. Well, that sucks. I think what I now need to decide is, do I call up someone from AAA? Like, do I literally call up Shane Rademacher to hold down the fort for like 2 months? Or do I acquire someone outside? Because realistically, there's no one here. Even Moises Meza, who I think is going to be an okay pitcher, like, I don't think he's the answer right now. So really, it's either do I call up Shane to hold down the fort, or do I look elsewhere? I think for now, I'm going to call up Shane. And we're just going to probably try to find alternative options. I'm going to sim this game against the Pirates. We lose it 1-3. Our bats are just ice cold. Aaron Ashby didn't have a bad start, but nothing from our bats. We have not won a game since the 1st, and it is the 9th. I'm not saying we're going to get fired, because we're not going to get fired, but like, we just can't do a lot right now. All right, so I think my plan is we are going to play this Padres series, do the draft. That'll probably be it for this video. Jason Dominguez and Condon are both tired. Okay, that's an easy fix. So CJ Sampson is going to take first and bat 4th. Tien in right field is fine. Alan Ford, though, has gone a little bit cold. But I don't want James Trontos to even pick up the bat. But I suppose for one game, he probably should. Um, I'll flip these two. Andujar's second. Luis can DH. Yep. Dario is at 97. Let's have Miguel too. All right, so I essentially have no subs off my bench. So if we have an injury, we're in trouble. Herrera allows 2 runs already. Very good. CJ Sampson is aboard, and Triantos pops out. Uh, I think we're going to have to make some trades. There we go. Samson gets home. Good job from Andahar. Quit trying to pick off my guys. It's very rude. Pop up anyway. All right. I think we're probably going to need to acquire. We're going to need to acquire a starter, and I think we need to just get rid of Jason Dominguez. Like it's an unfortunate truth that our owner has just squeezed our payroll, and Jason's contract is affordable for probably 28 of the 30 MLB teams. But we just happen to be one that is stingy forever. So here we are. Very nice double there from Max Clark. See if Tien can get him home. But just, it's a fact of the matter, outside of Alan Ford, and then Max Clark was doing really good before his injury. Looks like he has a little bit of a hit streak going, but even then, he's not doing great. Like, no one in my outfield's really impressing me. And an easy fix for that is we trade Jason. Tien can play in the outfield to give us more flexibility at DH, and we just roll it. Herrera, I believe in you. I shouldn't have. Andahar flies out, stranding another, and we are on our way to a tremendously long losing streak. This would have been so much easier if Jackson Holiday just accepted our contract offer. Because if he accepts our offer, he plays second. How Yuli can DH. And I think we'd feel a lot better about where our team is at. But unfortunately, because he didn't, he went to the Dodgers, our outfield has just gotten so thin that we can't really do much of anything right now. And my bullpen is completely taxed to death. Herrera, I'm gonna need to get. I need you to get a couple outs, buddy. I like the jump attempt there from Andahar. Is that Sean Bouchard? Is that old friend Sean Bouchard? It is indeed. He's having a little bit of an okay season. Can he get Adolfo Sanchez to give me 6 innings? No. The answer to my question is no. All right. That's it for Herrera. Bring in Ben Brown. Very good. Fly out on the first pitch. All right, offense. Give me something. Okay, Colby Turner, leadoff double. Samson grounds out, but it gets Tolbert to third. Never mind, he beats the throw. Don't ask me how with only 55 speed, but he does. Tovar pops up. All right, James. Fly out to center, but that should be deep enough to score Colby without issue. And it does. All right, we cut the lead to 1. And Andahar flies out. All right. We're going to need Ben Brown to get me a clean 7th, or else we just don't have a chance with how tired our bullpen is. Immediately 2 runners on, including old friend Luis Angel Acuna, who has a World Series ring with us. And then we let him go. He was picked up by the White Sox. He was great for the White Sox. I think he's been in the minors ever since. It's always fun seeing old friends like that. All right, Sanford flies out. Very good. Come on, Ben. There we go. Easy. 2 outs. Xander Bogaerts strikes out swinging. Very good from Ben Brown. How old is Bogaerts? 38. And they signed him to an extension also. My gosh. Why would they sign him to an extension? You know what? I'm not going to question it. Maybe I should, but I won't. I'm going to pinch hit here. Alan Ford is going to take the bat from Luis. And he gets aboard. Very good. Hi, Max. No, nothing. The grounds out. I think brief amendment to my previous statement. I think I'm going to get through the Padres series, but I'm going to do the draft next time out to start next video. I think I like that idea more. And it'll give me time off stream to look at all the players and figure out what I want to do. I mean, hey, if you can get Sean, nah. Oh, the diving Max Clark couldn't bring it in. All right, and that's going to be it for Ben Brown, I think. Let's get Gastelum in, and I'm just going to sim the half inning and pray. Clean. Colby Turner and CJ Sampson both aboard. Tovar, bang, into the outfield. Run, Colby. Run. Bases loaded. James Triantos with a chance to be a hero. 2-2 count. Hits it right at the second baseman to home for 1, and first they double him up. Get him off my team. Get him off my team. I don't care anymore. Andahar, whatever you do is irrelevant. Yeah, ground out to second. Who cares? Get James off my team. Get him off my team. Gastelum, the 9th is yours. Buddy, I do not have the bullpen to save you. Get this guy off my team. I have never been so disappointed collectively in a lineup than I have been this season. Yeah, that's going to get down. So be it. His lack of range really showing up there. How dare you? It's a 50, to be fair. I mean, yeah, Gastelum, unfortunately, is just going to have to eat this. There we go. Bogarts lines out. All right. Anything in the bottom of the ninth? Alan Ford and Max Clark are aboard. TM, buddy, you've probably been the biggest disappointment this season. Get a home run, walk them off. I believe in you. Or shallow fly up to center field, nothing. All right, Colby Turner, full count. It's a deep to left, and that is caught for ball game. Yeah, I think we're just at that point where, from an objective standpoint, we suck right now, and we just need to get back to our ways. All right, let us play game 2. We got Luis on the mound. Tovar is tired, so Andahar will take short. Luis will take second. Tien is cold. Get him off. I need a DH. I think we go CJ Sampson. All right, let's see what we can do here against the Padres. We got Luis De Leon on the mound. Terrifying first inning, but we're okay. Nothing through 3. CJ Sampson does advance Max. And Colby strikes out on 3 pitches. Clean 4th. Clean 5th. Luis gets a leadoff double. Dario gets it through. That might score Luis. He's decently quick. He is going home. The throw not in time. Very good from Dario. We have the lead. And Jason Dominguez gets it down in right. He has a nice RBI double to his name. Very good. All right. Max strikes out. CJ Sampson, it's it deep to left off the wall. That will score Jason easily. Very good for the young rookie. We're just going to keep the fun times going here. Colby flies out. My fun times. I specifically requested keeping the fun times going. Condon gets the menu. Menu? Definitely meant to say memo, but let's go with menu. He scores Sampson. 4-0 ball game. And Alan Ford gets it down. Condon goes to third. Runners at the corners for Mr. Andahar, who hits it to right over the head of Sean Bouchard. That'll score 1. Alan Ford's going home. The triple for Andahar. 6-0 Rockies. Very good. Luis, 2 for 2 so far today. And he grounds out to end the inning, but we score 6 runs, take a commanding lead. Let's get Emmanuel warming up here. Luis with the clean 6th. Well done, friend. Emmanuel will come in. Beautiful game from Luis. Emmanuel gets me a clean inning also. Condon, Allen, Ford are aboard. And Ahar flies out to left. All right, how many pitches is Emmanuel at? 10? He's fine. He's not fine. He's really not fine. As Kieran Paris hits the ball deep to left, and the Padres have runs. This is why we can't have nice things, folks. All right. Rest of that's good from Emmanuel. For the ninth, yeah, I think we get Kevin Kelly going. Buddy, the ninth is yours no matter what. Clean. We finally won a game of baseball. Everyone stopped the presses. 6 shutout innings from Luis De Leon. That was our first win since the 1st of May. Don't worry about it. Nobody claimed Tucker Tillman on waivers. I wonder why. Very good. All right. Oh, the draft is in July, not June. I was thinking it was June. I'm like, wait a minute. That's why. Combine was. All right. So yeah, we'll play the series finale against the Padres and go from there. Colby Turner and Max Clark retired. Fair enough. So, do I want Triantos in the center field? No. I think we'll go Dominguez at center. Yeah, Allen Ford in right. Triantos in left. And that will be that. And Tien is just going to have to hit himself out of this. Shane Rademacher. He got 23 starts for us last season. Didn't do particularly well. Back on the minimum here. He's been in AAA this season. Getting a spot start here. It'll probably be, honestly, his only start. Assuming we acquire someone to take his spot. There is CJ Sampson with a nice RBI single. We're on the board. Come on, Condon. There we go. He gets it through. Why did I think the draft was in June? What a silly thing. All right, 2 runners on for Tovar, who flies out to center field. It does advance CJ. Slow roller to short, the throw in time. All right. Well, we struck first. Dario and James are aboard. And Jason promptly hits into the fielder's choice. Wyatt Sanford has to come out of the ball game. Ominous. And Tien strikes out. Man. Condon and Allen Ford are aboard. Andahar hits it deep right field. Gone. 3-run home run for the infielder. 381 feet. Andahar up to 402 slugging now. Okay. Okay, Andahar. Still only 23 years old, by the way. The future at shortstop, perchance, as Dario gets it down to keep the inning going. And Tranto strikes out. Tracks. That does indeed track. Padres have a run, but no hits. Let's read this. Walk, walk, fly out, runner scores, strikeout. No hits, but a run. Hey, Jason Dominguez, solo shot. Good for him. Clean 5th there from Shane. He is on 68 pitches. Nice. Andahar. They rule it a double. Rude. Because if it's a triple, the cycle could be in play for him. Dario flies out. That should be deep enough to score Andahar. And it is 7-1. Triantos gets it through. Coward. And Jason walks. All right, Tian. I'm not in the trade Tian camp, but they're calling my name and I'm listening. All right. They're starting to get to Shane. Let's get Joey Broughton warmed up. I think if he walks Sander Bogarts here, I pull him. Nope. Gets him to fly out. It's still technically a no-hitter. Like, he's allowed a run, but it's technically a no-hitter. Scott Burns lines out. Do I go? Because right now he's on 90 pitches, so he's essentially done. So the question becomes solo shot from CJ Sampson, the first of his career. The question becomes, do I leave him in or do I just, give Joey Broughton the ball and go for the combined no hit? I just love the one run on no hits. It's very funny to me. Andahar hits into a fielder's choice. I think that is the dream of the cycle dead for Andahar today. But another run does advance. Or does score, rather. Up 9-1. Yeah, he's in the orange. All right, I am going to pull Shane here. 6 shutout. Well, no, 6 no-hit innings. Gives up the run, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Clean inning from Joey. Triantos is at second. Come on, Jason. Struck out. All right, I'm going to pinch hit here. Luis is going to get the bat for Tien. And he flies out. An error there from Xander Bogaerts. CJ Sampson is aboard. And Condon gets it through. Very nice. Oh, well. They got Condon easily. I don't think that was a perfect throw. He had like 2 minutes before Condon got there, but the run does score. We're going to get Fidel warming up. Solo shot from Manny Machado. Oh my God. Fidel, I believe in you. Clean from Fidel. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you. And then we'll bring on Ben Brown for the 9th. Nice. Another run for insurance. Ben Brown, send us home. All right, we win 11-2. No hit baseball from Shane Rodemacher. Broughton gives up a run, a little awkward, but very good day from our lineup, especially from some guys that don't play that much. CJ Sampson with a couple of hits. James Triantos remembered he could hit the baseball. That's good of him. It's very good of him. We get the win. All right, I'm just going to advance a couple days to the Giants series and hit save. Yeah, I totally thought the first year play draft was in June for some reason and not July. One thing I will need to make sure and keep track of is that everyone here stays very high, and it looks like I do have, a few prospects that have dropped down to only high scouting accuracy. So I'll make sure to get those 13 guys scouted. But that is it for this episode, I don't think I'm going to play through any games off stream because we have two divisional series coming up, 3 against the Giants, 4 against the Padres, who we just faced. I think the dream of, like, listen, we're last in the division. We're 30 and 37. We're 5.5 games back. Like, there's a very good chance that this 8-game losing streak in June just nuked our chances of doing anything. One thing I will look at off stream just in the meantime is just looking for trade options to help our outfield. Right now, realistically, and I'll include Tien in this, I'd say Alan Ford has had a good season in the outfield, but he's only really been up in the majors half the time. I think Max Clark was good, but since his injury, like, he had pretty good March. April was a bit worse. May, and then June he kind of tanked. So we need him to get back to it. And then I think Jason Dominguez we just have to trade. Like, on the one hand, I'm happy I finally found a kind of a position that works. Like, he has a 4.3 arm rating in right, which is insane. Like, the man has a cannon. But he's also got no assists so far, so has it really mattered all that much? I don't know. I think we'll need to find a trade partner for him to get the last 2 years of his contract kind of off the books. That might free enough money if we end up, going for the Ezekiel Tovar extension. But also, if we're like so far out of the playoff picture, do we trade Ezekiel Tovar to try to get, something back? Or do we kind of go for it here? Because right now, the extension that Tovar wants, like, he wants $23 million a year for 8 years, which obviously we can't do right now. We're so far in the hole. So we need to think of something. I think the emergence of Ashley Andahar the past season and a half has been a really good story. I think he is a guy that, if he was in a starting infield, he'd probably be the worst infielder we had, but that's not the end of the world. I think defensively, he's certainly a better shortstop than second baseman. That is something to keep in mind. But, I mean, that's kind of just where we're at. And I think Tien and his struggles this season, what do you really do? Essentially, if you double all of his numbers, you get kind of what he was last season, and he'd be low on everything. So, do we move off of Tien? Is that premature? He's only 25 years old. In an ideal world, he's still progressing, but he's striking out higher than he did before. He's not walking anymore, really. He's already worth negative, 0.7 WAR. So we need to figure out a lot of things with this lineup because we're currently sitting 9th in runs, 10th in on base, 9 in OPS, 12th in batting WAR. So that is something I need to figure out off stream. And that's before even figuring out what I'm going to do in the starting rotation. Because we got Hunter Brown, who's out for 5 weeks. Sandy Ozuna, who's going to be out for 10 more days, 8 of which didn't really need it, but here we are. Do we go with someone like Jake Yeager or Shane Rademacher, or do I just acquire someone and we swing? That is the question we must answer. But until then, thank you all for watching. I know this run of games did not go as we hoped. Obviously, an 8-game losing streak sucks, but did really well against the Padres. We have a couple division series coming up where we have a chance to do some damage. So hopefully we can get that going. But I will see you all next time, where hopefully we can go without 5 players being injured at once. that might be too much to ask.